Hi, hello everyone. I am Toret, your combat scientist, and we are here on this beautiful Wednesday to play a little game, as usual. And today the game we are gonna play is D1AL-ogue, which is a free game, so you can play it if you want. And it's about repairing some android girls, from what I've understood. It's a kind of visual novel puzzle game. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So that's why I'm here. And we're gonna see this game together. Let's go. I'm gonna put this, there we go. I need to see my hand all the time. Alright. Ta-da! Ta-da! I'm not sure if it's loud, if it's too loud or not, but let's go. Hello, Michelle. Who is Michelle? How are you doing over there? I seem to have gotten a bit used to life in Chroma City. Instead of the rising sun, I've started dividing my days by payment approvals and insufficient funds. Well, that's not a good start. The light monopolized by Sunshine Corp has replaced the sun, and most things are solved with price tags. I wish beer was the only thing I had to pay for. Who wouldn't? Right, the price of beer went up again recently. Everything is going up, except for two things, the sun and my income. But Michelle, everything comes at high price except for the value of labor. But I can find some stability, at least while I'm working. When I drifted here, oops, well, I won't get to see to read that. It's every time in visual novels I tend to want the text to go faster, so I click and then I skip accidentally some lines. That is very unfortunate. I thought my incompetence was the reason for our breakup, and that thought still weighs me down. I can't say things are completely different now, but here, at least while I'm welding into my work, that weight lifts just for a moment. Regardless of how much I earn, for that time at least, I have the assurance that I won't collapse. The people I meet, the conversations we have, and what I've come to feel. I want to tell you about it. On the second floor of a commercial district, slightly away from the city center. Repair Clinic D1AL-ogue. A place where the outside noise recedes with just a few words of small talk. Don't criticize my naming skills, because in Chroma City, they give estimates for hard breaks and charge for repairs. Quite an interesting, lame. I said the name is totally lame. And Chris, did you have a beer? What's with the sentimental nonsense this early in the morning? I was thinking about a customer from yesterday, and I couldn't help it. He came in saying his portable virtual chip was stuck, but maybe it activated during repairs, because he started running around the room like crazy, swinging a leather belt at me. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Thanks to him, my dial equipment almost bit the dust too. That's because you have such a shady and lame name. Only customers fitting that description would show up. Ha! Don't tell me. You're talking about the oasis of Chromacity, bathed in neon light. D1AL-ogue Repair Clinic? Our repair clinic is an all-around sanctuary that provides not just quick and accurate repairs, but also emotional stability through comfortable conversation. That shady name is exactly why EVEs needing repairs turn away and go elsewhere. Emotional stability for EVEs? That feels less like shady and more like creepy. Is that why you habitually make EVEs wet themselves? To be precise, it's the act of discharging overheated coolant. Your phrasing is misleading. Same difference. What do you mean, same difference? You're probably the only one who describes it like that. Stop spouting nonsense so early and check your equipment already. Are you not opening for business today? You used to love stories like this. Even though you used to sing about wanting to become an EVE when you were little. Shut up. Seems like the hangover from yesterday's beer is pretty bad. And, speaking of EVEs, why don't you replace the outdated equipment in your repair clinic? Using a dial when a D1AL when D5AL is already out is disrespectful to them. What you're overlooking is that DXAL equipment is strictly specialized for diagnosis. The diagnostic performance was so good from the first generation that even with the 5th generation out, it hasn't improved dramatically. Then what's different? The main advancements are in unit synthesizes, convenience in the I hate this word. Synthesizes process, overclocking synthesized parts, firmware modification, etc. However, I can make up for the dial lagging in synthesis performance purely with the touch of my fingertips. That's actually kind of impressive. Crucially, if I upgrade to a newer generation, why, is there an extra subscription fee? There would be no point in having registered the business as D1AL-ogue. You don't seem to get it. A little wit breathes vitality into a weary life, and also, saying this strangely named repair clinic operating normally? I guess your skills really are unquestionable. Then, it should be a breeze if I suddenly test you with the standard DXL practical level 1 mock maintenance, right? Practice repair. Prove Michelle wrong about your skills. Target moves 20. Aha. Right. Well, I guess it's time to play a tutorial. Accept request. Alright. And check the damaged part on dial that needs repair right now. Over the damaged part. And first effect. Okay. The dial consists of 4 layers and 6 indices. Okay, wait. So the indices are the parts of the circle, and they're 4 layers. Hello, Linivia. How are you doing today? Each module can be moved by dragging it to swap places with adjacent modules up, down, left, or right. So you can drag it, okay. Moving modules use dial's battery. If you use up all the battery, you can't move anymore. Let's try moving a module. Okay. While dragging a module, right-click to cancel the move. Okay. That's pretty easy. If you move modules to line 3 or more, they synthesize into a higher tier unit. Okay. If I do that... Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay. If you synthesize modules a total of 10 times, the battery overcharges and increases max capacity. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can check the current damage location and required units on the right panel. Alright, so I need... Here, I need the red with this dot. Synthesize the required unit and move it to the damaged location. Okay. And I can also repair using a higher tier unit. Placing the required unit on damaged spots activates the replace button. Okay, that's actually pretty easy. This case requires multiple types of units. The info panel which shows the required unit colors for each position. Okay, so I need a red right here, a blue right here, and a yellow right here. Now place the required module to complete the maintenance. Yep, okay. And do... Wait, does that not work? No, okay. Oh yeah, okay, so the modules actually need to be the same so they can combine. Okay. That is good to know because it is... There we go. Now I can replace this one. Check into that. That. The last damaged part requires a high tier unit. You can check unit appearances by tier on the phone by pressing tab. Oh. Okay. The encyclopedia. Oh, they have some cool looking okay. What do you mean special function? So the gauge bar on the left. This gauge charges for the corresponding type when 4 or more modules are synthesized. When fully charged, click the gauge and then the module or unit of another type to convert it. Oh, okay. What if I convert this one? I have to click and then... Oh. Oh, okay. So it has to be a different color than what I am doing. Okay. If you made a mistake or think it's hopeless, press the restart button to try the repair again. Okay. Technically I can do that. Bloop. I think that's the one I need. Just do that. Alright. I completed the tutorial. Satisfied now? That's really amazing. Honestly, I knew you ran repair clinic, but I didn't know you were this skilled. Even with the latest D5AL equipment, it wouldn't be this fast for level 1 mock maintenance. Hell yeah. I see you in a new light. This is nothing. If I want to attract EVE customers to this strangely named repair clinic of yours, I can't tolerate a single maintenance error. First impressions are most important wherever you go. If you care so much about first impressions, why don't you raise that suspicious slogan on the front door? Besides, there needs to be comfort during the repair process for them to feel emotionally stable and open up. I just can't understand that creepy philosophy of yours. I should probably start opening up shop now. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay. Ooh, shit. I did one move too far. I was supposed to do it in 20 moves, I do it in 21. So far. So close yet so far. Welcome, this is Repair Clinic D1AL-ogue. Hey Chris. Ah, Frey. What brings you here at this hour? What about your cafe shift? Hold on, I got an SMS. What is this? Unidentified component found. Nano-catalyst design mismatch controversy. Controversy is erupting after an unidentified molecular component not listed in official blueprints was discovered in a nano-catalyst mandatorily inoculated into Chroma City citizens. In addition to identification and data collection, nano-catalysts perform the core function of forcibly inducing serotonin secretion in reaction to neon shine to prevent LDS, light deficiency syndrome, caused by sunlight deprivation. Precise molecular analysis of recently extracted nano-catalyst samples confirms the presence of an unidentified element non-existent in the standard specifications released by authorities. While Chroma City authorities maintain it is merely an impurity generated during catalyst aging, their passive response, failing to provide technical evidence to support this claim, is only amplifying suspicions. Oh. This 6AL, huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna like read out loud everything though. 6th generation that moves away from traditional manual mechanic work to fully automate the maintenance process. Oh. Sunshine Corp stated that introducing the D6AL will replace outdated, imperfect maintenance methods and enable immediate data-driven system recovery and optimization. Sure. Buff Girl O'Hara. The hit series Buff Girl O'Hara, currently ranking first in streaming charts and real-time interest, reaching peak hype ahead of its finale on February 3rd. Collaboration custom unit. Yeah, okay. Enough stimulation. Okay, who cares about that? Oh my. Hold on. I feel like the BGM is a bit loud. Are you watching the popular show airing these days, Buff Girl O'Hara? I just read about that. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Are you watching it? I do watch it every week, but... And this will be quick. In yesterday's episode, do you remember the scene where O'Hara smashed Mrs. Blind with a magical pile driver? So can I click any of this on the background? I'm getting distracted. No interaction at all. I'm disappointed, slightly. Smash Mrs. Blind with a magical pile driver. Lara rarely gets pushed into a corner, so seeing her fight back with a double nosebleed and crushed Blind's neck for a comeback was quite a twist in many ways. That's exactly it. What exactly is it? What exactly are you trying to say? A villain showed up at our shop and it looked like they desperately need that pile driver. I knew you'd understand. I only understood that you have a difficult customer. Could you speak a bit more clearly? They say he's a big wig from Sunshine Corp. He claims his mere visit is a favor to this crappy shop, and threatened that he could turn off all the neon shines in this district with a single word. A different routine every day. I envy how today is unlike yesterday. Shut up. Anyway, thanks to that big shot, it's been nothing but new stability officer faces all morning. Those guys are hard to find when you actually need them, but they swarm like rats for this. I thought there was a terrorist attack or something. So that's what happened. What brings such a person to a backwater like this? I don't know the details, but it seems he came to negotiate with the manager of this commercial district. Something about increasing the neon shine subscription fees around here starting next month. And removing the free neon shine streetlights. Controlling the light, his actions are just like Mrs. Blind. See what I brought up, Buff Girl? If Mrs. Blind has appeared in reality, then a magical pile driver isn't out of the question either. Can you go and try it? It's way out of my expertise and job description, but I can mimic it. I knew it. I wanted to pour coffee on his face, but now I feel a bit better. Right, and if you're really going to try it, be careful. Security is intense. You could get arrested just for keeping your hands in your pockets. What the hell? Then again today, my secret power will remain hidden. Anyway, raising subscription fees is a pretty big deal. I was thinking of subscribing to a hologram figure for my lonely room, but with the increased fees, it'll be tight. Same here. Really? EVEs are relatively free from LDS, so do you really need to subscribe to Neon Shine? It's only relatively free. If our condition worsens, data loss occurs, and we could have problems more serious than humans. Plus, I've got someone to look after. You mean Remy? Remy is family. It's a cat. Does being a cat mean it can't be family? You'd better watch your words in front of your Remy. Prey showed her claws, adopting an aggressive cat-like stance. Please forgive me. I'll make an exception this time. Because I'm generous. Anyway, if the subscription fee goes up, I'll have to give up on the item I was planning to buy. What were you thinking of getting? Buff Girl collaboration merch. They're doing a collaboration with a neural stimulation unit for EVEs. They announced that pre-orders will start on the day the last episode airs. The things people come up with. What do you mean, the things they come up with? This collaboration product is amazing. They said when the empathy unit activates and overloads, it checks your cognitive abilities, creating the illusion of transforming. It's basically another way of saying you must buy this. That sounds awesome, actually. Oh my. What on earth does that mean? And aren't the expression shakes cognitive abilities and illusion of transforming seriously suspicious? You're making a fuss over nothing. Besides, considering the chips you usually use, I don't think you're in a position to talk. What do you say? Those are legitimately released VR chips, you know? I didn't even put them there for you to see. You just looked at them on your own. I have no intention of respecting your tastes. But if I may give you a piece of personal advice, in a repair clinic where EVEs are the main customers, displaying chips with covers showing EVEs and humans getting intimate doesn't seem like a very good choice. Whoa. The guy got hentai like on the shelf while serving customers. Oh my. I just put frequently used items where they're easy to see. It's inevitable in a workshop with lots of tools. I feel like I just heard some terrible information. If you're lonely, why don't you find a lover? I'm sorry, but... Okay, I'm sorry. Ray apologized quickly. It was as if she didn't want to hear it. Did she foresee what I was going to say? And can I ask for a simple repair? I need to create an excuse to tell the boss. Sure, repairs are always welcome. Create an excuse for presumptions. Target move 28. Mao ghost. Mao. Ooh, look at the bag. Alright. Wow. What is it, Ghost? What is it? You're sleepy, then go sleep. What are you doing here? Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. Hold on, I'm gonna restart that. Okay. Been away for 21 hours. God damn. What are you doing to yourself? Ooh, that's good. Bloop. You know what? She was saying something. Don't you think the name Neon Shine is super tacky? Like a middle-aged man trying to look cool. My what? What do you mean my lovely voice? Mao. Mao. I agree with that part. It sounds like a name where they've changed one syllable from neon sign. Damn. And celebrated themselves for being extremely witty. It's really a comedy that the person agreeing with that has a repair clinic with a name just as bad. Oh, come on. This is a great name. Yeah. Okay, so I need it here. What the hell? That is easy, I can just do that. What exactly does the stimulation from the empathy unit feel like? Mao, hello guy. I only learned about it in theory, but I was curious since I've never felt it myself. It's similar to humans. If humans feel it through muscle contraction, blood flow changes, and hormone secretion. And hello, Dimchill. For EVEs, that's just replaced by the empathy unit. Stimulating this directly gives a quite pleasurable feeling. You could fall asleep. Oh my god, Ghost. So, is it like an orgasm? It doesn't match exactly, but it's probably the closest thing. And what about the collaboration merch you mentioned earlier? I was just curious about what it feels like to transform. But too big for your window turret. That I'm doing this on purpose. Now. Do something to center your eyes. No, I need to stop moving because I can. Wee, 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 wee. Don't worry about it. They say power surges through you. Moving is fine out of frame, isn't? You can't force me. Sure, whatever. I need 2 units there. I put the camera there. I know what I want. Stop complaining. To escape from Matrix again. What? What? Wait, no. No. The best is going here. Then I need to bring this one. Look. Ta-da! Ooh, hiccups. Hold on, there were no major issues. Wow, my stiff back feels completely refreshed. Is this what it feels like when O'Hara purifies her body with brief seed? Is it okay to mention my crude repair in the same breath as something so noble? Oh my, I do have some water right here. Rude, you're too strict with yourself. No one around here can match your skills. Enough, Prey. Save that talk for after you buy me a beer. You make a fuss even when I compliment you. What a personality. I noticed earlier your power unit was screaming again. Aren't you overworking yourself lately? It must be because a lot of zombies have been gathering in front of the shop lately. They've practically set up camp there. Zombies? You mean flicker patients high on drugs? Usually they just stumble around spouting nonsense. No, those are blackouts. It's a state where even radical methods like electronic drugs can't prevent damage to the frontal lobe and neural network. You can consider their ego and personality data virtually destroyed. Lately, the media seems to just call them zombies instead of severe LDS patients. I've been here for a while, but I just thought they were drug addicts. Good night, Ghost. Drug addicts are probably better off than them. Aren't they both equally in the gutter? At least junkies have their infinite love for drugs left. Blackouts are worse. Infinite love? Seeing them throw away family, lovers, and property without a hesitation. Isn't that the perfect expression? It's like, if it's not you, the world doesn't matter. Truly an impossible devotion. In contrast, blackouts are like empty shells with even their desires gone. They wander around following the light by instinct. And when they find neon shine, they swarm like gnats? I don't know that word. Gnats? And won't leave. Chasing light suggests they still have at least minimal desires left. If you saw them, you'd think I'm exactly right. They aren't moving to find light. It's just that it's the only stimulus left that they can react to. If they crawled around looking for light normally, maybe you'd be right. Of course, they would become something even more terrible. Ghost said good night, but it just launched via chat. Okay. It's fine. As I recall, the shop you work at has a floor-to-ceiling glass window on one side. Right, and clearing away the gnats that gather there is one of my daily tasks. That's probably the cause of 80% of my power unit overloads. And the other 20% is because of the idiot removing streetlights? Exactly. Every day must be tough. It gives me a headache just thinking about how much tougher it's going to get. You know that? Happiness and unhappiness are influenced more by future events than the present. Wasn't that a study on human psychology? Humans and EVEs are pretty much the same. Do you realize that statement conflicts heavily with your critique of my tastes before the repair? I come back because I respect it. Oh ho! My head feels like exploding as it is. Do you have to make me say useless things? If you plan to keep wrecking me to rip off repair fees, you'd better be prepared. I'm sorry. Customer Pray Emery. Stop joking. I have to go now. Even a justified absence is a problem if it drags on. I don't want to get fired and become a zombie rubbing my face against a glass window. By now, the streetlight idiot should have left the shop too. You're sharp. Good sense, as always. It was a pleasant conversation today. Pray. Me too. See you later, Chris. Pray hurriedly left the door with quick steps. It seems she spent more time than expected, distracted by the chat. It's already time for lunch. Let's take a break. Hey. The light has a feather. Oh, the target move was 28, I did 10. Pretty cool. Oh, hello. An EVE stood before me, though there was no sound of the door opening. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All TNDLS models are government-affiliated EVEs, usually distinguishable by their department mark. But I couldn't see any mark on the EVE before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy, but I reacted unusually sensitively to that mark. Prey says I look at that mark with eyes of a sinner, which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. Illegal? Ah, you wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I am Orca O'Hara from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I'm a model equipped with multi-purpose functions like other EVs to reduce citizens' aversion. Rescue? You have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized TNDLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. That's because we mostly rely on external equipment. Yeah, that is Orca. Yeah, I see that. The design direction of the model also has the motto Universal Fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the powered exoskeleton during entry. This is for the instantaneous thrust engine and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model. But Orca seemed unaware of it and chatted excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that? Nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course that wasn't it. Really? I didn't feel it was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government-affiliated EVEs. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll boot up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. And then we wait patiently. Perhaps because everyone is preparing for Polar Night Day, the streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day. One of Chroma City's pride and the pride of prides. A holiday unique to the city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to the city. Did you come for sightseeing before? You don't have to say if it's hard to talk about. No. A few years ago, I visited Chroma City due to a support request. Just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities? Yes, back then I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival were shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky, and below it, explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, streams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the tragedy, and most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. Yeah. The organizers, who knew about the accident, went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget. What do you mean the budget? What do you mean the budget? The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of Chroma City's pride. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging. But they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured in to cancel just because an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left in Chroma are patience. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry, I unintentionally said something depressing. That's just reality. Yeah. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. so it's hard for the story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures bought on impulse, rather than talk of neon shine subscription fees or utility bills. I can't accept it rationally yet. I can't help but emphasize experientially. Experientially. What is that? I've never seen that word. Experientially. Oh my god. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day. And tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Zenith, I should say, maybe. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable, because they are tired of reality, they close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now. Wanting to run away from pain is one of human instincts. Oops, I sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired TNDLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? Alright. Target move 35. Oh, damn! Okay, it's fine. Okay, we're a lot of yellow. This one needs a bigger one, bigger unit. Let's start with this one. Goddamn. I've completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. Okay, I see. I see what this game is. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with neural elements. Oh my. It's very sensitive. Oh dear, I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I maintained a TNDLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Okay, that's interesting. Each TNDLS model has one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I've often seen animal ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. The EVEs of the Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Recovery Agency, to which I belong, are all TNDLS models, and we have tails like me. That's fascinating. Usually what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris or break down walls to enter. For something used for such rough purposes, didn't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is high-strength special alloy, so it's fine in the field. But when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. And I'm not gonna say that. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful to walk delicately. Alright, so I need a big one. I need to fuse more yellows. Right. Do that. There we go. This one is the tiny one, this one is the big one, okay. So we do that. I can put this one where it needs to be. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. As you said, it was a regular checkup, and there were no major problems, so it finished quickly. Oh, that unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down has disappeared. No, it's more than that, it's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interested look on your face right now. Orca's reaction was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation when speeding through the city center on a bike. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly. You have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes, in Luminant City my hobby was riding a bike to get some air on my days off. I don't have a car in the first place and I like bikes. And I prefer the openness of a bike to the enclosed space of a car. That is valid. Even though I don't have any of this. That peculiar stimulation where the gaze of others mixes into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides. It feels really good. Sure. Open on all sides, huh? Every hobby has its own taste. I apologize for the roughness during the maintenance. No, it's just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model. Because you kept talking to me in between, I felt reassured at the end and didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much for this level of effect. Orca started stretching her body here and there as if to show off. A careless EVE in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, I didn't do much. I just replaced a few neural units to suit the environment lacking photonic data. You mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. Both humans and EVEs cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to Neon Shine is practically essential in Chroma City. That's why my colleagues asked if I subscribe to Neon Shine. Because unless it's Chroma, you won't have problems due to lack of light. They made survival a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Maybe we will. Still, EVs are a bit better off. Humans can fall into depression if Neon Shine is cut off for just 2 days. They call it LDS, right? Right. It stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. the body's signaling system gets tangled, and for EVEs, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to this city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me, an EVA, to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar, just a difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones, and the medical measure called defibrillation is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Moving by electrical signals and psychological and emotional judgments changing according to the hardware environment are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and EVEs. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of D1AL-ogue. Anyway, you said today was your day off, right? That's right. I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally, it's a break. Actually, if there are no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for change of mood? I recommend a cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. Ah, I saw it on my way here. The name started with Re. You mean Retrojan? Retrojan. Oh my god, that's funny. What was it? Retrojan. The pronunciation is a bit odd. Ah, is it that Trojan from the Trojan horse? Trojan horse. It's as unusual a name as this place. Right. I heard from the owner that it's a combination of retro and Trojan virus. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into this flashy, high-tech city. Wow, hearing that it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days, and drinking the owner's hand-drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city. Interesting. And one more thing, avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people densely gathered often lead to the sight of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive. Even if they are stability officers. Speaking of the city's stability officers as police in other cities, that's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year-end atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Orca. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. How do you know it's dark outside? Oh my. 14 move. And I needed 45 or less than 45. I'm pretty good at this. I mean, it is not that hard, but yep. Alright. Mayor Lucas, if he has our partners sharing souls. And symbolizing the harmony between humanity and artificial intelligence. Okay. A historical turning point where simple computational devices known as EE or electric entity evolved into EVE, electric vital entity, through photonic neural networks becoming recognized as beings with independent personalities. Oh, that's pretty cool. Guaranteed legal rights. That's pretty cool. Natural LDS confirmed impossible. Suspicion of nano catalyst intervention. Dimming flicker blackout. Okay. Apparently that's not normal. Okay. This is an announcement from the Urban Stability Agency, or USA. In celebration of Polar Night Day, Chroma City's largest festival, a special intensive crackdown period will be in effect from today until the end of the festival. This measure aims to prevent social disorder during the festival and maintain the homeostasis of the urban system. Urban. During this period, nanocatalyst scanning by stabilizers will be significantly intensified across Chroma City. In particular, illegal procedures under the guise of LDS prevention and the use or distribution of unauthorized private neon shines are strictly prohibited. Citizens are requested to fully cooperate with scanning procedures at temporary checkpoints installed in each district. Warning: any act detrimental to the stability of the urban system will be subject to immediate administrative action without exception. Right. It's dark and gloomy all day again today. Now that there's hardly any sunlight anymore, it's hard to even see a grey night. Thanks to that, my body feels even stiffer. If I stay still, I'll only feel more drained, so let's hurry and open up shop. Alright, let's go. No. Our mom and dad saying they won't come to see the chromatic zenith against this year. Just like every year, yeah. What about you? Needless to say, me neither. I really don't get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year, even when we said we didn't want to go. You know how many years ago that was? Mom and Dad are getting old now. So it's hard for them to go to crowded and chaotic places. And I'm too far away to go, so... If you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend? You're picking a fight with me right now, aren't you? Look at your age! Go outside and meet people! Well... Yeah. Even better if it's a woman. You can't stay up all night in your room drinking beer together. Forever, sorry. The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I won't open my eyes ever again the next day. And an article will pop up on the main news page. Picture: Chris G. Hayes, 22, found in a motel with organ harvested. Oh my. That lack of confidence of yours is the problem, Chris. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively, you're decent looking. Damn. Let's stop. So, if you want to see the chromatic zenith that much, just go alone. If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight? Then, what are you going to do that day? I have no choice but to drown my Polar Night Day in beer while watching Dokim's stream again this year. Dokim? That's how I'll spend my Polar Night Day. Stream my foot. What? What is that expression? Stream my foot? What the hell? You're planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Silicone? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Hey, how do you... Wait, you've never even been in my room. Hit the nail in the head. No, it's not that. Shut up, you're single too, probably sitting in the corner of your room alone. Oh. Hello, Chris. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? Chris? Oh, Miss Liane, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment? A pity. I wanted to share in your joy. You look good now, but that look you just had, the one you never show me. It was such a pure smile. I'm envious. Whoever they are. It's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to tear me down every day. Ah, it's the one you often talk about? Miss Liane took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself. Well, if it's a younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her. Huh? Anyway, what brings you here today? I remember you had your regular checkup recently. I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus. That's funny. What is? When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason. I told you I came to replace my processing unit. You said it was a bonus. Didn't you come to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup. Alright, you win. I came here to whine a bit. Okay, tell me. For a ridiculously shady repair clinic, yet you've come back several times, so you must like it. There's a quiet, uncrowded comfort here. A quiet place and slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Next to that, I can completely let loose. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Saying I have no customers? Yes, it's a compliment. Since you say so, I'll take it as a compliment. What are you whining about today? Miss Liane frowned, as if just thinking about it was unpleasant. That's quite a look on your face. Huh? Oh, was I? Sorry, when the processing unit connected to emotional expression gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get maintenance first? It's possible, but... Alright. No, damn! Can I show this? Can I show this? Okay. Okay, so we want a lot of blue. Okay, I'll start with this one. Okay. Damn. 2 repairs at the same time. That's pretty cool. And I can do this. And nope. Okay. Oop. 2 at the same time again. Every time I visit here, you're on the phone with your sister. It's my routine right after opening for business. Picking a fight with my sister. I'd like to join that routine next time. You, Miss Liane? I heard that in human society, it's polite to greet with the other person's family before the main event. What? what main event are we talking about here? I don't know what the main event you mean, but your emotion unit is overheating again. Big event. Uh-huh. Okay, where is the big one needs to be? The big one needs to be at the top. Okay, I'm gonna do that one first. Shit. Nice. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. Boop. Something to run out of blue here. There we go. What do you think about the increasing romance between humans and EBs? For someone who's never even been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract a question for me to answer. Really? Just that one word from you has completely tilted my opinion to the pro side. Okay. She's really into Chris. Miss Leanne, the temperature of your emotion unit is rising. It's dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance. Yeah, damn. Oh. I need to get rid of all this red. Alright, and the big one needs to be here. Can I do this? Bim. Okay. Now this one here and the other one right here. Boop. The maintenance is done without any problems. Your maintenance today was exceptionally smooth. That touch of yours skillfully probing my secret corners and leading me without giving a chance to resist. Oh my god. Whose skull other than mine have you caressed with such care? Miss Leanne? The customers who visit this repair clinic are the entirety of my social interactions. But it's a blessing in disguise. What is? Thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, it feels like even this bleak place has some life in it. Oh my, saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy. The overload on your processing unit was more severe than I thought. You came to whine, but it was to the point of needing repairs. I thought it would get better once I released some stress. If I left the unit as it was, I figured I'd be seeing you soon for the same repair request. so I replaced it with a higher end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much? Hold on, that's what I'm about to tell you. You know I work at a pharmaceutical company, right? Of course. I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Leanne, every time I do repairs. A new researcher joined the company recently. They say he's incredibly talented or something. Our company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true. The problem is that talent isn't everything. Exactly. He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on the existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed with his papers and research achievements, so my colleagues and I had no choice but to do as he asked. More work for you? That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If you were apologetic and grateful, it would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we're doing work we don't have to do. I wonder if studying so much has fried part of his brain. A while ago, he said a colleague's research looked interesting and asked if he could take over the project. Huh. It almost turned into a shouting match, but our colleagues intervened and barely mediated. It's annoying, but thanks to him, we're free from the management's nagging, and we can buy time to improve the product's stability. Office politics feels a bit distant to me. Maybe for you. From my perspective, Miss Leanne, you don't seem much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about? I'd like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago. A few days ago? Yes. Half of my unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought. You fought? It wasn't really a fight. I just laid him out. Okay. He disrespected our project. Said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said the researchers' talents were being wasted, and asked if we had any intention of finishing this research and starting a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. Yeah, that would be I would be pissed too. I should have realized when the management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts, so it was a ploy to bring in another expert to break our resolve. That's pretty serious sabotage. Unfortunately for them, that Nepo hire's social skills were worse than imaginable, and he failed to change the team members' minds. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me, even though I threw the first punch. Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated watching him call an ambulance by himself because no one else cared. It must have been the guilt that followed the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation, and the project's chances of survival dropped even lower. I wondered what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I want to forget everything, let's just rest. So I came to see you. All I do is listen to you talk a little. That's enough. And thanks to you, I've already sorted out my thoughts. Thanks to me. A place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. That's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through. And it made me feel that my project shouldn't end here. If the effect of just listening to a story, as you put it, is this great, our medicine will be a great help to the world. Can I ask what kind of medicine it is? I'd love to tell you. Miss Liad's eyes sparkled as if a favorite topic had come up. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self. Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. Huh. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. The primary goal is trauma suppression. Oh, there's potential for misuse. It seems so. Right, that's why we're delaying its release. A similar drug already exists, but there are more cases of side effects or misuse than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as commercial success, sticking to a proven product. Exactly, he made almost the same argument. His logic is that as long as it passes safety inspections and sells well, who cares how it's used? In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself. I take a few pills myself, but that attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamin I take. Since I hardly see the sun, I guess it must contain vitamin D. It must. Yeah, vitamin D. I have no idea. The drugs available on the market dull memories that are dramatically imprinted on the user. When you try to recall them, the recollection process is interrupted or blunted. It's similar to when you treat with an EVE's photonic neural network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you even forget that you're taking a memory suppression. It's practically amnesia. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can't be used universally, but we plan to market it separately for breakups or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be misused for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drugs. Losing memory due to a drug. It comes back if you stop taking it, right? In theory, yes. But it seems there are cases where that's not true for the products on the market. Ugh. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be many people who need this drug, so frequent side effects are unacceptable. Although Chroma City is damn dark all day long, I'm not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital until their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Right, many people think of hospitals as a place to go for a resurrection. But this drug is also aimed at delaying the neurological disorders caused by light deficiency, not just overcoming strong trauma. The blackout phenomenon, do they call it zombies these days? That's what people usually call it, I hear. Right, the biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems besides light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulates due to nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the street will be reduced by more than half. Zombie prevention and trauma care. Sounds good. The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems good too. It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it, as some people arguing that it forces continuous purchase of the drug. Yeah, I guess it does, yes. But it's also not supposed to be like permanent. They say we need to consider the consumer's financial situation. That makes sense, but... Oh, your opinion on my research? Miss Leah's eyes widened. Does she think we've found a common interest? You can't run away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you'll end up with nothing left someday. Even today's Miss Leon will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle the accident and finish the project, right? Well, yes. There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart and it needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. With a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak in both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medicine you're making was made for situations like that. That's right. It's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from the inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind. I want the patients to be like you, Miss Leanne. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. I mean, I hope they solve the problems they've postponed with a mended strong mind and body. Like today's Miss Leanne. As they said in a certain manga, right? There's no paradise in the place you escaped to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Leanne, I hope it turns out just as you wish. You little... Why? I thought that was a pretty cool thing for me to say. Miss Leanne lunged at me. I believe she had no intention of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instinctively stepping back. Now that you've said that, I'll be sure to protect the project. Oh, she was happy about it, okay. Okay, now let me go. Let me hug you a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Miss Leanne, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful vow and having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pain, unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time. I should go to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Oh my. Okay, 27 moves. Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neutral unit, 2 of each. Quick. Sir? What are you staring blankly for? Excuse me, customer? Are you by any chance in front of me right now? Can you only see the visible light spectrum? Yes, I haven't had the optic nerve digitization procedure done. You're not even up to the basics of this city. In this fucked up neighborhood where it's night the moment you open your eyes, if you leave seeing only visible light, you'll soon get a neurological disorder and become one of those strolling idiots out there. I subscribe to Neon Shine regularly, so I don't really need it. Oh dear, we have an idiot here who offers money to that damn corporation. You're either a foolish sucker brainwashed by the media, or a crazy bastard born with a silver spoon who thinks money grows on trees. Damn! I don't know what kind of life you're living, but I'm too law-abiding to live by your ways. I'm amazed someone with their head this far in the clouds is still in this city. It's a wonder you're walking around on your own 2 feet. What a crazy customer. Customer, please deactivate your optical camouflage, and if you're not getting a repair, please leave. Bright, Brad, why are you suddenly recommending I deactivate my optical camouflage? To do a repair, I need to scan and replace the unit. But I can't see you at all, so I can't do proper repair. Is that the only reason? Heh, you've got a knack for comedy. Why would you replace it? I can just swap it out myself. Swap it out yourself? Just as a person can't perform surgery on themselves by cutting open their own stomach and messing with their organs, an EVE also cannot open its core section to replace a unit by itself. Nothing is impossible, brat. It's just popping the casing, swapping the unit and closing it again. If I make a small mistake in the process and cut the power, that's just where my life ends. That's a level of recklessness that leaves me speechless. I'd appreciate it if you'd just shut up and make the unit. So, as much as I'd love to just shut up and make it for you, as the manager, I also have to think about the reputation of my repair clinic. Even if I die without anyone knowing, no one will blame this place. Even if my head gets blown off by a corporation summary executioner's bullet while walking down the street, everyone will think it's a natural death. How can I be sure of that? Blade Hamilton. Mention my name in the back alley 3 blocks from here and everyone will understand. So now, what you need to do is wipe that stupid look off your face and synthesize the units for me. This person is impossible to reason with. Understood, Mr. Blade. I'll make the units for you first. What units did you want exactly? I told you already. Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neural unit. Imprint it into your stupid head so you don't forget. Damn it. Please wait a moment. Alright. Target time. Oh shit. Okay, so I need 2 red and 2 yellow. Since it's time. No, not what I wanted. That. Shit, that's not what I wanted either. Need another yellow, which will like that. There we go. Oh, and now I need to place them. Okay. Wait, no, like that. There we go. Thank you for waiting. Faster than I thought. The synthesized units are clean too. Despite your dumb first impression, you're more skilled than you look. Thanks for the compliment. Since I'm in a good mood, let me give you a piece of advice. You'd better erase that psychotherapy introduction on your door. The place I went to last week to get it on with a big-breasted EVE had the same thing written on it. I appreciate the advice, but that's my clinic's identity. I don't think I can change it. Instead, if you deactivate your optical camouflage next time and let me repair you directly, you'll be able to properly experience the service. As long as you have that thing dangling between your legs, no service will be possible from me. Damn. God damn. But thanks anyway. It seems I didn't come for nothing. Take care, Mr. Blade. See you again next time. Don't count on it. Dealing with insane customers is incredibly draining. I should close up for today and soothe my tired body and soul with a can of beer. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what on the news today. Sunshine Corp executive attacked and missing. Glass slipper found at scene. What? Why? High honking, identified terrorists. Okay. All stabilizer guarding the scene were killed. They all died instantly from precise penetrating wounds in the shape of a stiletto heel to the center of the forehead. What the fuck? A blood-stained glass slipper presumed to be used in the crime was left at the crime scene. That's crazy. This terrorist known to the public as Cinderella has been targeting high-ranking government officials and Sunshine Corp executives. Huh. Right. Cold metal melting when stripped. Secret tuning skyrockets. Marriage. Oh my god. Modifying EVA body parts into forms optimized for sexual activity is spreading in the shadows. Oh boy. Ultra fine heating coatings and vibration modules. Oh my god. In an interview, an illegal tuner emphasized customization from firmness to internal temperature is possible according to taste, adding, humans who experienced it once can never return to organic embrace. Yeah, it's just a sex bot, right? High risk at dam suppressed in city. What? The eliminated unit was confirmed to be an autonomous data anomaly manifestation, having entered LDS stage 3 blackout. Okay, only slaughter instincts remaining. That's scary. Yeah, Right. Anyway, I had a dream about being beaten by an invisible man. Since I couldn't see him, I couldn't fight back and just got beaten up. Not exactly a pleasant feeling. Is it because of that customer from yesterday? Phew. I hope only decent customers come in today. Optical camouflage? I can't believe that symbol of crime is being used so openly. Has that city completely given up on security? It's not so much that they gave up, but rather adapt. Most homes and shops have at least one infrared sensor for security. Even if they can't catch thermal optical camouflage, they can easily detect regular optical camouflage. Then what about thermal optical camouflage? If you use that, the military intervenes instead of the urban stability agency. So you need some serious guts to try it. Thanks to that, the citizens of Chroma City can rest easy and entrust their safety to infrared sensors. Living there sounds exhausting. To think hide and seek is part of daily life. Because of that, life here is never boring. That's not boring, it's just troublesome. You have to endure minor inconveniences to be worthy of living in the city of miracles. Miracles, my food. It's just a neighborhood that's dark and gloomy all day long. That's why the neon signs filling every corner look even more dazzling. The night of the street, where humans, EVEs, and neon signs mingle, is more beautiful than any day elsewhere. I was so captivated by that sight that I dared to become independent here with just one old piece of equipment. It's probably not the night, but EVEs filling the streets that captivated you. And what? Independent? You make it sound cool, but did you wipe your hard drive or something? Seems like yesterday you were whining about not having money for food. Who was it that begged mom and dad to save him? I paid it back, with interest. Yeah. Looks like a customer is here. You're not sulking, are you? No, I'll hang out with you again tomorrow. He's sulking, definitely sulking. I'm not sulking. Oh, hello. Pray, do you know you're laughing with very heavily right now? Really? Normally I would have picked a fight and looked for something fun to do. But today I'll generously let it slide. Mrs. Prey, speaking as a professional, it looks like you need immediate maintenance. EV neural network issues often accelerate over time. We need to start right away. As expected, your buzzkill reactions are the best for regaining my stability. Is something wrong? What do you mean by stability? Didn't you see the article yesterday? A high-ranking executive from Sunshine Corp was attacked and went missing on the outskirts of the city. That person from a few days ago. Definitely. They haven't released the identity, but I doubt there's more than one executive visiting the outskirts at this time. Since Polar Night is just around the corner, with the city's biggest festival coming up, they wouldn't have enough leisure to obsess over trivial things like streetlights. Unless there's someone a bit weird. Her feelings about the nuisance, Raya's resentment seemed quite deep. Maybe there's something more she hadn't told me yet. Are you worried because a kidnapping happened nearby? It's not that I'm not worried at all, but if I were scared of that, I would have run away to the next city a long time ago. It's not a big deal. Continuous focus adjustment of the ocular lenses, irregular pulsation. This is a common phenomenon when power is being diverted elsewhere. But right now, there's no noticeable physical activity or computational load. That means you're preparing for an emergency. These are typical signs of an anxiety or fear response, you know? What do you know? First class core section engineer, photonic neural network restoration specialist, EV body maintenance technician, certified. I'm an AV management and inspection expert certified by Chroma City, and the person who opens up your body at least every week to check for problems. I hate it. What exactly does she hate? Don't talk about my condition as you please. The talk about raising the Neon Shine subscription fee is gone, and the streetlight removal plan was scrapped too. Only good things are happening. I don't know what happened, but you can be honest with me at least. Cinderella helped, because I left a post. Cinderella, already a famous dark hero in this cyberspace. A figure whose existence is ambiguous, and indeterminate whether a group or an individual. Famous for assassinating key figures in corporations or drug cartel, and leaving a glass slipper conspicuously at the scene. His activities gained support from the impoverished, filled with spite, and mass-produced countless fans, but there had to be a sour side to his actions. Connections with criminal groups that produced countless innocent victims, or actions suspected to be means of eliminating political opponents of the ruling class were numerous, and people claiming to be Cinderella are pouring out endlessly. It seems there's a culture among fans to treat all that as copycat crimes. Are you saying you can't be scared of a hero? Worry and fear are separate emotions. Even for experts, the risk of misdiagnosis is high without detailed analysis. It's just worry, because copycat crimes using Cinderella's fame happen often. Right. Ah. What? Suddenly? This neural unit is connected to the sympathetic nervous system. The tension is immense, or even with a light press. How much did you push yourself? It might be completely burned out. It's not that bad. It's your habit to reward yourself when you're anxious, isn't it? Like figures or limited editions goods. Since your balance is empty, it looks like you're rewarding yourself in a different way. If we let tonight pass, it could be really dangerous, so we'd better replace it. Okay. Got him. Looks like someone had too much fun yesterday. It seems D1AL has a problem due to an overloaded unit. Oh. First, let's check the repair area. Okay. Oh, what is this? As expected, there's an overloaded unit. Overloaded unit destroy nearby module units every certain number of turns. Oh, I see. It's like a bomb that goes off every 8 turns, I think, here. Turns remaining until overload are shown in the top right. Upon overload, one space left, right of the unit and module units in the same column will be destroyed. Oh. Okay, so I really need to be careful with this then. The overloaded unit will be destroyed after undergoing overload 3 times. Let's repair while avoiding destruction of required units. Okay. Okay. So I need... I need yellows. And a bit of blue. Okay. I need to get them out of here. I'll move this. I'm gonna move you over there. Because I don't need that one. Nope, that's not. I want to stop here. There we go. And this. That's scary. Ta-da! There we go. Wasn't that hard? You must have been very anxious. Is the condition very bad? Overvoltage flowed through the overloaded neural unit, enough to affect even the D1AL equipment. Just how hard did you stimulate it? Well, I just suddenly got scared. I don't know what you're so worried about. But if you were this anxious, you should have just called me. I could have helped you directly by your side. Pervert. Pervert? Oh my. Ooh, I need a big blue here. I'm gonna do this one first. There's 2 Explodo? Oh. Okay. Oh my. Sure, I'll drink some water. Ugh. I will need to move this because this will explode. Shit. Okay, wait, I should be good. The big one is to be here. Big one is to be here. And then there's this one that needs to be here. Does Cinderella pull that off with glass slippers every time? Pretty much. According to someone who watched the crime scene from quite close up, he did all that using just a glass slipper without any other weapons. So the glass slipper always left behind is actually the tool used for the crime? I guess so. I saw on SNS that there was a heel-shaped hole in a stability officer's forehead. That post was censored quickly, but the fountain of blood spurting from the forehead of an existence I always feared was so violent that I inadvertently started rooting for him after that. Your expression fountain is even more violent. Yeah, that's quite an image. Quite an image. Okay. So I kinda already have this one, but I need a big blue one. I need 2 yellow. Okay. All those red are fucking annoying me. I can change this one. There you go. I can also do something like that. No? No. No, I'm not doing that. So I already have the yellow in place. I can do that. Nope. Need 1 yellow that I can place, and the big one is right. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Is it already over? Yep, fortunately the surrounding units weren't badly deformed, so I only swapped out an early burnt neural unit. Thanks to that, the tense that neural unit seems to have calmed down. The dial was making weird noises. What kind of magic did you work? Don't mention it. Just because the overvoltage flowing through the neural unit... Oh my god. The dial equipment almost broke several times during maintenance. You can't just say that to your customer. Oh yeah, it almost fucking broke on me, but that's fine. Oh man. I might be saying this because I don't know, but hearing roughly about it looks incredibly dangerous. And about your symptoms. It's not that big of a deal. It's a problem of repeated forced update of the neural network, but it doesn't affect daily life. Except for the problem that some memories might be lost. You just need to restrain yourself from now on. Relax your face a bit. Seems like you have something to say too. Can you say it all with such a serious face? Ah, forget it. For someone so dense, I can't hide anything from you. Professional certifications aren't just for show. But I wish you'd read the room a bit. Sometimes there are stories I don't want to tell. Cinderella was my idol. I was the #1 fan unshaked by controversies. But when an incident happened right here, and because of me, those things filled my head. What if something happens to our cute boss? What if the evil mechanic on the second floor becomes a target? If something like that happened, I felt like I'd go crazy thinking it was my fault. I left a post on the Cinderella help board, and the news came out less than half a day later. I was someone who followed him treating controversies as gossip, but fear took over when people around me got involved. As far as I know, over 3,000 posts are written on that gallery every hour. I think you have an excessive sense of responsibility. Even if Cinderella really chooses targets looking at the board, the possibility of seeing your post is almost nil. You're probably right. Excessive responsibility. But once I fell into the mire, I couldn't realize that. Everything seemed to be my fault, and I worried about things that hadn't even happened yet. I'm completely drained from groaning all night. Groaning? While touching innocent neural units. Sure. Happiness is the best means to forget pain. Anyway, seeing the fine boss and you this morning, I just let out a hollow laugh. That's why you came making naughty sounds. Oh my god. Naughty? You said I was evil. Saying pray back to our usual self. I also felt more relaxed after being tense. Sometimes it's better to just throw it up. Like when you have indigestions. What nonsense are you talking about all of a sudden? It means you don't have to hide just because it's immature or contradictory. Of course you shouldn't always do that. It's wasteful to vomit food and drink, and it looks unsightly. But nothing beats it when you have indigestion. Venting to someone close enough can sometimes help you overcome it. It might make people hate you. I also find people who only talk about their hardships annoying. It's fine if it's not always, but only when it's hard. That's why I started with this repair clinic in the first place. If you have anything left to say, it's better to just say it. Something I want to say. Alright. Ray cleared her throat. Then, Chris. Next Thursday is Polar Night Day. That day? Polar Night Day. Unlike the majority of people who are excited, I feel nothing but dryness. Seeing that even the shut-in prey has plans makes me feel like I'm the only one in Chroma City without memories of Polar Night Day. A day I'm strangely uninterested in. Perhaps it's because the happiness in my room overwhelms the noisy streets and lights. Is it okay? What? I was lost in thought for a moment. Sorry, could you say that again? Let's grab a meal together. It's a holiday. Really? It should be a big season. We're aiming for a different big season. The boss says Polar Night is everyone's big season, so this is more profitable. In my opinion, it's clear she just wants to do doujin activities. You mean about Buff Girl? The last episode airs next week. She's already busy preparing sugarcraft and cosplay costumes. Must be nice to have a boss with matching tastes. That's why I applied in the first place. The physical comic books proudly displayed on the cafe shelf were the trigger. Since it's a retro concept cafe, I suspected they just put anything there. But inside the box in the corner of the cafe I saw a pile of handmade goods stock. This person is real. I knew it immediately. Take next week's cosplay event, for example. The boss is even more enthusiastic than I am. It's the best workplace, except for the fact that we work non-stop. Yeah. Sounds fun, but also sounds like it will be quite tough. Better than working during Polar Night. It's annoying to work when everyone else is resting, and there are double the customers than usual. Plus, the power of Buff Girl is amazing. Speaking of which, I should get going. The boss is probably sweating bullets alone. Good luck with your work. You too. And clean your ears next time. Can't even hear what's said right in front of you. My ears are clean. Maybe it's because I haven't taken 2 days nutritional supplements yet. Anyway, don't do that next time. Good things come to those who listen. As Prey left, belated fatigue washed over me. I didn't know the difference in nutritional supplements would be this big. I should go cool my head. Ooh, 26 for a goal of 30. That was not far. Your face looks a bit redder than yesterday. Did you catch a cold? Thanks for worrying. I went out for a bit and it was chillier outside than I thought. I guess I should have worn a coat. Anyway, it's been a while since we've seen each other this often. Did the matter from last time go well? I actually came to talk about that. We went through all the necessary procedures, but it's unclear if I'll be disciplined. It's out of my hands. But I'm hopeful about the project's future. Remember the Nepo hire who was the management's trump card? He changed his mind and decided to help finish our project. And his ability is amazing. So we might succeed in manufacturing a safe drug within this month. Well, that's amazing. And did that person get struck by lightning or something? Suddenly helping you, Leon? After meeting you yesterday, I sincerely apologized to him. And I asked him that this project is my dream, and that if not now, I might never be able to attempt it in my life. Do you know what he said then? He asked why I didn't say so earlier. He had been seeing us as being in cahoots with the management all this time. Does that make sense? Ending the project early according to the management's opinion was his job. Someone who doesn't give a single bit of attention if it's not his interest. Because he's that kind of person. He still doesn't remember a single name of the people in the company. That's serious. It turns out he got into huge debt, distracted by his own research. And it seems the pharmaceutical company recruited him with research funding as bait. Essentially, it could be seen as similar to you, Leon. Since he's a person chasing his dreams. I don't want to admit it, that annoying attitude is still the same. It sometimes feels like working with a super intelligent orangutan. But it's right to admit that what needs to be admitted. That's cool. I wanted to hear you say that. You're cool. Good, more. You're cool, Leon. Leon sighed with satisfaction and stared at me intently. Now tell me your story. Me? My job is to listen to stories. Because you keep dodging like that. Even though I visit so often, I know nothing about you. That might be why I'm curious. Or maybe. Alright. Then, since we've been talking about dreams so far, I'll talk about that. Talking about the mysterious medicine you take whenever you can is also fine. I'm very interested in that too. Sorry to disappoint you, but that medicine is a supplement sent by my parents. I haven't even been taking it because I felt uneasy after our last conversation. What a boring answer. I thought it would be a greater secret. If you don't mind, you can check it yourself. Since I'm not taking it right now, wouldn't it be good to check it at the lab? If the ingredients are clarified, I can take it with peace of mind. Leave it to me. Rian snatched the pill bottle and tucked it into her bosom. Leon's clothes probably have plenty of pockets. So, are you going to get an inspection? I will, but before that, it's a rare opportunity. Let's talk a bit more. How about it? Okay. Leanne grinned and adjusted her sitting posture. As if expressing interest, her face came twice as close, and a burdensome smile greeted me. I have a sister named Michelle. We were inseparable when we were young, and we still contact each other every day. Oh, you don't need to write it down. No, continue. When she was young, Michelle kept telling me she wanted to become an EVE. Because parts can be changed anytime and they have many strengths compared to humans. Considering the long conflict between EVEs and humans, I don't know how childish Michelle was back then. Sister-in-law is positive about EVE. What did you say? Sister-in-law? Oh, nothing, keep going. From some point I wanted to make Michelle's dream come true. I don't have a clear memory. Maybe I wanted to be a good brother, or maybe it was a goal I had on the side, since my major overlapped. Time passed and I got all the technical clarifications related to EVE. And naturally, it became more comfortable for me to communicate with EVEs than with people. My sister left for the other side of the world, and the dream of becoming an EVE has long been forgotten. I felt it last time too, but you cherish your sister more than I thought, don't you? I do cherish her. You do? Siblings I know are basically in a relationship where they try to kill each other if there were no laws. That's fun. You were a severe case among severe cases. Could be. I talk to Michelle every day and I got this job because of Michelle. Sorting it out one by one, it's embarrassing to deny it. Habitual areas can be hard to perceive. Anyway, it's surprising. I never thought there would be someone you're that attached to. Attachment to my sister? Actually, the level of attachment is... Ah, are you getting maintenance today? Ah, suddenly? I don't really need to. But there's no need to refuse either. Gently, please. Leave it to me. Inspection of Leanne's spare, you need to change the subject. What the hell? God damn. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. So I need 1B blue, 1 blue and 2 red, okay. Can do the red first, maybe. Look. There we go. And I need one right here. Oh, it needs to be a... Oh, this one is the bigger one. Good. A customer who came earlier said this, that a terrorist called Cinderella is going around smashing corporate executive heads with a glass slipper. I saw it on the news, the hail pierced cleanly through the frontal lobe. People think it's some kind of artistic judgment, but to me, it's just the obsession of the terrible pervert cycle. But who cares? Thanks to that pervert, the company executives got scared and didn't come to work today. I'd even want to give them an achievement award. That's crazy. Okay. Have you been to the new synthetic whiskey bar nearby? The reviews are quite extreme. I have. The first taste was like disinfectant, and the aftertaste smelled like rusty rebar. Damn, that must not have been pleasant to drink. It was a very honest taste of the slum. Is that a compliment? At least that cheap bar doesn't pretend to be luxury. Even the $300 liquor sold in sophisticated lounges in the city center is just synthetic concentrate from the same factory mixed with flavoring. These days I care more about what tricks me less than the taste. An interesting perspective on life, I would say. There's so many red. I'm gonna do that anyway. Yeah, this needs the one up. There we go. Can do that. This one is the tiny one here. Can do this one here, and I still need the big blue. Which will be right here. Yep. Maintenance hands here. Actually, rather than maintenance, it was more like replacing perfectly fine parts and dusting off a bit. Not necessarily. Your maintenance today felt unusually rushed. Ah, was it very uncomfortable? I'm sorry. No, rather, the unusually rough touch was a different kind of stimulation. Damn. Thanks to that, I felt like the stress accumulated from being pushed around lately was relieved. To the point where I almost lost my mind. What? I'll take that as a compliment. While I was organizing the equipment, Leanne had entered story mode again and was waiting for me. My plan to distract her with maintenance seemed to have failed. I've made the payment. And a piece of information as a tip. What is it? This year's Polo Night Day will be the biggest event ever, celebrating the 80th anniversary of Chroma City. They are secretly preparing an event of huge scale. More than now, the original scale was already huge. Correct. Besides, the power consumed by chromatic zenith was already borderline. But I heard it's going to be 3 times bigger this time. Where are they going to handle that much power from? So they plan to cut off power to the outskirts. No. Most citizens will be at the venue or sleeping anyway. So they judged it won't be a big issue. If it becomes controversial, they can't just say it was a blackout. It's rational, but cruel. What are people like me supposed to do? It might be good to try changing your constitution. Wake up your dormant extroversion and walk the night streets watching the festival's night view? The city with the lights out is as quiet as your shop. And you don't have to worry about sweating in the crowds. Walking alone the streets is scary. Both stability officers and terrorists are scary. If you're scared, maybe I could go with you? Well, even if it's not me, there's the option of walking with your sister. Unfortunately, Michelle isn't coming. You mean she's not coming to Chroma City for Polar Night? Leaving her brother, whom she's attached to, behind? How does she live that far away? First of all, we don't have an attachment relationship. Since Michelle and I have a lot in common, she might not be interested in Polar Night just like me. As for where she lives, I don't know, it's probably been 2 years since we talked about such trivial things. We're mostly busy teasing each other. Is that so? And about walking with you, Leanne, I'll consider my schedule. An acquaintance asked me to have a meal. If that's around dinner time, it might be difficult. Oh no, look at that face. Okay. Leon, you have a scary look on your face. I'm not angry. I just have something to check. I'll be going now. See you later. I told you I'm not angry. Think about the walk and contact me. I'll be waiting. It took a lot of courage. Leanne hurried away as if she was really in a rush. She didn't receive any calls during our conversation, so did she suddenly remember a forgotten schedule? Her serious attitude bothered me, but the onrushing fatigue began to take away my mind even faster. I should close up earlier than usual today. That supplement, the effect was amazing. Damn, I really am crushing on the moves. Oh my. Alright, I'll do one more repair. And I think I'll stop here for today. Alright, well, let's see. Error at Stabilizer Academy. Casualties unknown. Earlier this morning, an explosive attack, presumed to be the work of the anti-government terrorist group Morning Glory, occurred at the Stabilizer Academy located on Dark Brown Street on the city outskirts. Okay. Children being trapped. No. Okay. This is an announcement from the Urban Stability Agency, USA, to ensure the flawless realization of Chromatic Zenith, planned at the largest scale event in history by Sunshine Corp and the independent government. Power optimization will be implemented on the day of Polar Night Day, temporarily cutting off power in some outskirts districts to concentrate it in the center. This is an unavoidable measure to secure stable output during the Chromatic Zenith proceedings. Residents of the affected areas are requested to fully charge battery units in advance in preparation for the announced blackout period and strictly adhere to guidelines for LDS prevention. We ask for the cooperation of citizens for the glory of Chromacity. Yeah. Entering total polar night from today, 5 days without even grey night. Okay. Not even the grey night is permitted. Huh. LDS onset speed could accelerate faster than usual due to the complete extinction of light. Well. This seems to be the most tired morning I've had lately. And I think I had a strange dream yesterday, but I can't remember it at all. Is this all because I didn't take the supplement? My body doesn't feel too good either. In my experience, focusing on something usually helps at times like this. Let's open for business. Yes. So, Cinderella is active as a righteous phantom thief? Yeah, after a customer told me yesterday, I got curious and looked it up, and some people already treat them as a hero. And that hero goes around smashing public authority with high heels? I didn't believe it at first either, but after seeing videos on social media, I changed my mind. High heels can be a scarier weapon than I thought. Really? Why not say they appeared riding a pumpkin carriage? What the fuck? Actually, they say they sometimes appear riding a hoverbike covered with orange bulletproof glass. What a spectacle. In a place swarming with Cinderella fetish psychopaths and people who support them, I'm sometimes amazed that you can stay sane and live there, Chris. Sane? I do need to live straight starting today. Why, is there a problem? Because the city enters complete polar night starting today. Complete polar night? Isn't that place always night anyway? It is dark all day, but it's not night for 24 hours. That doesn't make any sense. Roma City has two types of nights. The generally considered night and the grey night, when the sun is up but it's dark. You mean it's dark even during the day? Yep. When this place used to be an industrial city, the pollution was terrible. And the smog and fine dust from that time accumulated in the stratosphere and created a pollution layer. That blocks all sunlight, so it's dark even during the day. It's just slightly brighter than night as the light scatters minutely. To be exact, it should be seen as a night with slightly increased brightness. Oh, that's funny. We call that the grey night. It certainly is a crappy neighborhood. As I said yesterday, that's the charm of the city. But for this period, I have to admit it's crappy. What's got into you? Usually you would rattle off the pros of Chromacity. I'm a bit tired today. I feel like just resting. That's a shame. I'll contact you again tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Sleeping tiredly and waking up tired. They say parents are never wrong. I never imagined the supplement they told me to live on would be this effective. If psychological depression and a few diseases overlap, I'll definitely become a zombie. I somewhat understand why there are so many zombies on the street. Headache, chronic fatigue, dizziness, and a bit of anxiety. It's the perfect trial to experience the importance of health firsthand. Human bodies are like EVE, so if there's a failure in hardware, it affects the software, the mind. Of course, the reverse is also true. Like the incident where someone froze to death solely due to psychological factors. What? What do you mean froze to death? Okay. In a non-functioning freezer. What? Or cases where actual illnesses were cured by taking ineffective medicine. Well, that's the placebo effect. That's documented. A healthy mind in a healthy body. Since physical health is gone, maybe it's time to take care of a healthy mind. If they affect each other, complaining of fatigue and groaning would be a direct train to the worst with body and mind working together. Rather than working today quietly. Hello. Orca, what happened? I got hit by some collapsing debris. I could have avoided normally. I guess I was tired from frequent deployments lately. It's not a matter of fatigue. Come in quickly. The fact that the alloy of the exterior parts is dented means that if it were a standard EVE model, it would have been destroyed without even saving the core. Is that so? Rather than that, I want to rest a bit. Usually people die when they say things like that. I'll start the maintenance. And just a little rest. Okay. Okay. She's severely injured. God damn it. That means there's probably gonna be overloaded ones. I'm gonna start with this one. Nice, okay. Nice. Where do I need to be? I need to be here. Here. And the rest are the tiny ones. Like this one. This one. And this one. Boop. All at the same time. Okay, can you hear my voice? Stay conscious. I need to verify if you can hear me. I'm not gonna say that. The condition is good. The power unit and some neural units have completely stopped functioning. Well, that's good, bad. The exterior alloy is severely deformed and the internal frame is pressing on the core. Oh, hello, Nox. I need to hurry. Urgent unit replacement is needed for remaining parts too. Yeah. This one. Oh, shh. Is the YouTube chat just dead? What do you mean dead? You're the nerd. I need the big one on this middle one. Do this. And do this. This one is the tiny one too. Let's do the easy one first. Up. And now I have to worry about the rest. Where I do this? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Got the red, I need the yellow. Oops, I went a bit too far. Beep. Am I being censored on YouTube? Maybe. That is a possibility. There is some like automatic detection of things. What do you want to ask? You're gonna fix me turrets? What do you mean fix you? What, you're an android? Is that what you're saying? Well, they're not really android. Well, yeah, that was a joke. Right. They're cold. Oka, are you conscious? No, Hoara, you can't be pushed back there. What? I'll see that on YouTube. That's weird, because it's pretty innocent. Okay, what did you just... Counterattack now. Grab the neck. Magical German suplex. What? Are you reciting buff girl lines right now? In this situation? Blood. So what if I bleed? I have to win. I have to save the kids. Ohara, let's go. Okay, Ohara, just a little more. We can save everyone. The whole context. A fun fixing mechanic. Right, have a good one, Nux. Have a good one. Okay, I'll make sure you can meet the kids you saved again. I'll save you somehow. I promise. Alright. Okay, this one I can do it right away. Wait. I wasted one move here. Nope. There we go. And I make the yellow. Wait. No, I just needed a simple yellow. I shouldn't have done that. Shit. Yep. Fortunately, I put out the urgent fire. Thanks to rushing, the core output is returning to normal quickly. Phew. Now I can relax a bit. Okay. It's so comfortable. Forever like this. Okay, you have to hold on to your consciousness. If you lose consciousness now... But since I'm a buff girl, I have to protect everyone. Oh my god. I'll get up again and again. Okay, has a cute side like this too. Okay. Okay, are you awake? Just a little more. A little more? Is it car power shortage? Wait a moment. The emergency power unit left here is... Chris? Okay, you woke up. I'm sorry. I haven't slept a wink since we last met. I felt sleepy coming to a comfortable place. By any chance, did I say anything strange while sleeping? No, it's fine. Just good that you're safe. What's with that subtle answer? How did you get hurt like that? Normal structural collapse wouldn't even scratch a lorry steel easily. Okay, look at me with a frown. You didn't say much. Orca's strong will. And maybe some sleep talking about Buff Girl? I said a lot! It seems you secretly like that your name is the same as this season's Buff Girl. Orca O'Hara. Stop! It was fun watching Orca's reaction, but I didn't want to witness the performance of a machine that stays intact even in a collapsed building with my own eyes. Yeah, that's she can probably crush easily your bones. Anyway. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, what really happened? To dent exterior parts classified as heavy equipment. Do you know the group called Morning Glory? Terrorists. One of the main reasons I'm scared to walk the streets at night. Morning Glory is an anti-government terrorist group. Their goal is to mobilize the crowd using poverty and deprivation, and give satisfaction by openly trampling on public authority. They are also causing social problems in Chroma City. They claim to be an outlet for anger. Yes, they've increased significantly lately. Cinderella, Morning Glory, and EVE I know is also a fan of Cinderella. To be exact, was a fan would be correct. Morning Glory is worse than Cinderella. Cinderella only commits bizarre crimes, but Morning Glory uses that as a tool for agitation. If they push a little saying it's because of that guy regarding the anger accumulated over life, the oppressed crowd turns into a terrifying mob. Just yesterday, Morning Glory raided the Stability Officer Training Center. It was a place that also functioned as an orphanage. It's that facility with many conspiracy theories. Yes, they say they cultivate perfect government henchmen through thorough ideological education from a young age. It is also true for children who wish to become stability officers. Anyway, Morning Glory also attacked the training center using that controversy as an excuse, and even used military explosives they got from somewhere. I was evacuating the kids and confronting the crowd, but collapsed rebar fell on me and the protesters. I want to stop listening here. That's terrible. I understand. The rest of the story is just an obvious tragedy that has been repeated. Chroma City and Morning Glory. Only the crowd and mediators die and get hurt in that conflict. The main instigators hide behind and just blabber. If they want to fight so much, they should set up a ring and fight with martial arts. The ratings would be good too. To put in combat power becoming qualification for politicians then? Anyway, I thought you were a very calm person, Chris, but you're reacting intensely to this story. Do I? Yes. When we first met, I thought you were a bit cold and had a business-like sharpness. Even about the Polar Night Day incident, you gave cool-headed remarks with objectivity. What did I say? I don't remember well. Before you said excluding budget and compensation, only patients remain in coma. I thought about it. Stopping the show alone causes suffering to a huge number of workers and causes economic damage. It also disappoints the public waiting for the festival. It was the story that made me realize that although it's a harsh decision, there is a reason. Usually I only met people who were outraged at either the protesters or Chroma City. Lately I've been feeling tired a lot. Maybe that's why. If you hadn't come looking like you were dying today, I wouldn't have opened the shop. If so, I'm sorry. For you to rest well, quickly. No need for that. It was fun, and I felt proud too. Don't overdo it, Chris. Looking at your state today, that seems like something I should be saying. Goodbye, Buff Girl. Ah. Orca trembled her tail and disappeared as if running away. Now that the tension is released, fatigue is rushing in rapidly. Less stressed for a moment. Damn. Right. Well, talking about rest, I do feel tired. So I think we're gonna stop here. Boom. Hi. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I will probably continue this next week. This is quite a fun game, even though it's just like a simple puzzle. And a weird dystopic world. But this is enjoyable. I want to know more. And for a free game, this is quite exceptional. Because yes, this is a free game. Oh my. I feel like I should be paying for this. Well, that's all I have to say really. Next stream will be Friday. Well, we'll be starting Omori. Quite an interesting game. And that's it. I hope you had fun. I hope you have a good night or a good day. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.